Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
A science that deals with the history of the Earth as recorded in rocks. Any of the sciences that deal with the Earth or its parts. Measurement of the elevation of land above sea level. The scientific study of the Earth's configuration above sea level, emphasizing the measurement of land altitudes relative to sea level. The branch of geology that deals with economically valuable geological materials. The scientific study of caves. The pastime of exploring caves. The science of mountains. The science of mountains. The study of geologic features once at the surface of the Earth but now buried beneath rocks. Geology that uses physical principles to study properties of the Earth. Geology that uses physical principles to study properties of the Earth. The study of geologic features once at the surface of the Earth but now buried beneath rocks. The branch of geology that studies minerals, their structure and properties and the ways of distinguishing them. The branch of geology that studies the arrangement and succession of strata. The scientific study of caves. The pastime of exploring caves. Not deposited in layers. Glacial till is unstratified. A depression forming the ground under a body of water. He searched for treasure on the ocean bed. Have sexual intercourse with. Single thickness of usually some homogeneous substance. Slices of hard-boiled egg on a bed of spinach. Prepare for sleep. He goes to bed at the crack of dawn. A stratum of ore or coal thick enough to be mined with profit. He worked in the coal beds. A foundation of earth or rock supporting a road or railroad track. The track bed had washed away. A piece of furniture that provides a place to sleep. He sat on the edge of the bed. A plot of ground in which plants are growing. The gardener planted a bed of roses. Furnish with a bed. The innkeeper could bed all the new arrivals. Geology, a stratum of rock, especially sedimentary rock. They found a bed of sandstone. Place plants in a prepared bed of soil. Put to bed. The children were bedded at 10 o'clock. The flat surface of a printing press on which the type form is laid in the last stage of producing a newspaper or magazine or book, etc. Tennis. A score consisting of winning a game when your opponent was serving. He was up 2 breaks in the second set. Breaking of hard tissue such as bone. The break seems to have been caused by a fall. Enter someone's virtual or real property in an unauthorized manner, usually with the intent to steal or commit a violent act. Be released or become known, of news. Fail to agree with, be in violation of, as of rules or patterns. An act of delaying or interrupting the continuity. It was presented without commercial breaks. Lessen in force or effect. Break a fall. An escape from jail. The breakout was carefully planned. Interrupt a continued activity. Force out or release suddenly and often violently something pent up. Break into tears. Any frame in which a bowler fails to make a strike or spare. The break in the eighth frame cost him the match. Go to pieces. Ruin completely. Act in disregard of laws, rules, contracts, or promises. Break a law. Become fractured. Break or crack on the surface only. Do a break dance. Kids were break dancing at the street corner. Prevent completion. Break off the negotiations. Become separated into pieces or fragments. Make known to the public information that was previously known only to a few people or that was meant to be kept a secret. Terminate. Break a lucky streak. Surpass in excellence. Break a record. Discontinue an association or relation. Go different ways. The act of breaking something. The breakage was unavoidable. Happen. Break down, literally or metaphorically. A pause from doing something, as work. We took a 10-minute break. Stop operating or functioning. Fracture a bone of. Reduce to bankruptcy. My daughter's fancy wedding is going to break me. Assign to a lower position. Reduce in rank. Geology. A crack in the Earth's crust resulting from the displacement of one side with respect to the other. Break a piece from a whole. Break a branch from a tree. Make submissive, obedient, or useful. The horse was tough to break. A time interval during which there is a temporary cessation of something. Move away or escape suddenly. Nobody can break out. This prison is high security. A personal or social separation, as between opposing factions. They hoped to avoid a break in relations. Some abrupt occurrence that interrupts an ongoing activity. There was a break in the action when a player was hurt. Destroy the completeness of a set of related items. The book dealer would not break the set. Cease an action temporarily. Let's break for lunch. An unexpected piece of good luck. He finally got his big break. An abrupt change in the tone or register of the voice, as at puberty or due to emotion. Then there was a break in her voice. A sudden dash. He made a break for the open door. Be broken in. If the new teacher won't break, we'll add some stress. Become punctured or penetrated. Cause the failure or ruin of. This play will either make or break the playwright. Cause to give up a habit. Change directions suddenly. Change suddenly from one tone quality or register to another. Come forth or begin from a state of latency. Come into being. Come to an end. Crack. Of the male voice in puberty. His voice is breaking, he should no longer sing in the choir. Curl over and fall apart in surf or foam, of waves. Destroy the integrity of, usually by force, cause to separate into pieces or fragments. Diminish or discontinue abruptly. Emerge from the surface of a body of water. Exchange for smaller units of money. I had to break a $100 bill just to buy the candy. Fall sharply. Find a flaw in. Break an alibi. Find the solution or key to. Break the code. Give up. Break cigarette smoking. Happen or take place. Things have been breaking pretty well for us in the past few months. Interrupt the flow of current in. Break a circuit. Invalidate by judicial action. Make a rupture in the ranks of the enemy or one's own by quitting or fleeing. Make the opening shot that scatters the balls. Pierce or penetrate. Render inoperable or ineffective. Scatter or part. Separate from a clinch, in boxing. The occurrence of breaking. The break in the dam threatened the valley. The opening shot that scatters the balls in billiards or pool. Undergo breaking. Vary or interrupt a uniformity or continuity. Weaken or destroy in spirit or body. Geology, a constituent fragment of a clastic rock. Geology, a rock composed of broken pieces of older rocks. Movement resulting from or causing deformation of the Earth's crust. A contraction of economic activity resulting in a decline of prices. Geology, the erosion of soil as a consequence of sand and dust and loose rocks being removed by the wind. A constant deflation of the desert landscape. The act of letting the air out of something. A domed rock formation where a core of rock has moved upward and pierced through the more brittle overlying strata. Produced under conditions involving intense heat. Igneous rock is rock formed by solidification from a molten state, especially from molten magma. Produced by the action of fire or intense heat. Rocks formed by igneous agents. Like or suggestive of fire. An igneous desert atmosphere. The official who holds an office. Currently holding an office. The incumbent governor. Lying or leaning on something else. An incumbent geological formation. Necessary, for someone, as a duty or responsibility, morally binding. It is incumbent on them to pay their own debts. Of rock material, forced while molten into cracks between layers of other rock. Tending to intrude, especially upon privacy. She felt her presence there was intrusive. Thrusting inward. An intrusive arm of the sea. Of a geological structure in which all strata are inclined in the same direction. Relating to or concerned with the formation of admissible words in a language. Pertaining to geological structure. Geomorphological features of the Black Hills. Relating to or concerned with the morphology of plants and animals. Morphological differences. Relating to or concerned with the formation of admissible words in a language. Pertaining to geological structure. Geomorphological features of the Black Hills. Relating to or concerned with the morphology of plants and animals. Morphological differences. From 2,500 to 544 million years ago, bacteria and fungi, primitive multicellular organisms. formed in the later of two divisions of the Precambrian era. Proterozoic life forms. Produced by the action of water. Resembling or containing or formed by the accumulation of sediment. Sedimentary deposits. Arranged in a sequence of grades or ranks. Stratified areas of the distribution. Deposited or arranged in horizontal layers. Stratified rock. Used of society, socially hierarchical. American society is becoming increasingly stratified.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.